Archimediae Genesis, Caspian Rewrite Chapters 1. Hey guys, so you may have heard what I'm about to say like a million times already, but you may be wondering what the title/format of this video is different from the experimental chapters or even the update logs I did a few videos ago. That's because amidst all the changes, I still wasn't satisfied with many of the chapters. And I didn't want an info dump of exposition coming into the story out of nowhere in the middle of it, because I decided to take the world building seriously at that point. Moreover, I wasn't happy with the lack of consequences Caspian's chapters had. I mean, yeah, his chapters did have action, but they didn't have consequences, nor did they have world building. So by doing this rewrite, I'm willing to play the long game by emphasizing world building and emotional payoff over action. Today, I'm just going to be rewriting 2 of Caspian's chapters, because I think the mirror chapters are pretty much fine, and I haven't finished the experimental chapters yet. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and enjoy. Cue the music. The Archimediae Genesis, Caspian Rewrite Chapters, Chapter 1. I wake to the sound of sobbing. A faint, filtered light streams through the windows in my room, resting on a small, white crib shaking next to me. Slightly annoyed, I push open my heavy eyes and wearily rise on the bed, glancing at the digital clock on the wall in front of me. The bright blue pixels shift to the next minute, casting a glow on the clock's silver frame. Too early. Squinting my eyes, I turn to the crib. The crying has stopped. Must have been a nightmare. His delicate body curls up in the confines of the crib, barely having any spare room. Why buy a bed when you still have to depend on the corpse zone for food? Shaking my head, I lie back down, forcing my eyes to sleep. Crack. Eyes don't close. Sighing, I quietly tiptoe out of my room, careful not to wake Jack. The door slides open automatically as I walk out of the room, leading myself to another room, only a little bigger than the bedroom. I approach the Storm food maker, trademark. I tap on the empty, dark screen, and the device lights up with a soft purr. I set the volume to low and I tap in some options, each with their own tone of a beep. The food maker chimes and an ad pops up on its oversaturated screen. Thank you for using Food Maker. We hope you are having a wonderful day. Here at Storm Technologies, we want you to have the best experience possible. That's why we have a premium membership option. Just for the low price of 20 credits per month, you can have access to all premium meals and recipes, so you can have the best experience you can. To purchase, just tap the lock icon on the upper right-hand corner. Storm. Better every day. The bar indicating the ad duration reaches the end of the screen, and it fades away to a green confirmation button in the middle of the screen. I tap it and the food maker rumbles, the wall vibrating as the ingredients probably make it down to the device. After a few seconds, a bowl of lumpy gray mush drops out. Your order has arrived, complete with all the essential nutrients for... It stops mid-sentence as I press the shutdown button. Taking the bowl, I lean against the beige walls as I scoop up the gray slop and stuff it into my mouth, swallowing the wet, lumpy substance. I must have added a little extra sugar today because the sweetness stings my mouth. Playing with the mush in my mouth, I wander over to the small drawer on the other side of the room and take out my Storm digipad. As soon as I tap in the password, a red banner pops out in the middle of the screen. Breaking news. Intrigued, I tap and hold the banner, which expands into a full news briefing. We have received news of a terrorist attack in Phoenix, Arizona. Zone 53, a military and government outpost in Arizona which conducted scientific experiments to determine the habitability of deserts after the burst, was reportedly taken over by a group of Novae. The Archimediae has claimed responsibility for this. An estimated 352 people were killed in the takeover. The only view we had of the situation was a handheld recording taken by the Novae before cutting to black after a soldier was stabbed in the gut. According to government sources, the Novae came to be coming to the capital to the Protochloriate. With the looming 10th anniversary of the SAST exam and the escalating conflicts with the Archimediae, the government has pledged to put an end to this violence as soon as possible. That's it for this news briefing. I sigh. Those Prits. We all know that conducting experiments isn't the only reason they're there. The entire area down there is a radiation dead zone. Only Novae can survive there, a refugee from the outside world. But they don't have families. If I went there, I'd have the blood of mom and dad on my hands. They don't understand that we don't want violence. They don't understand that we only want to live. They only know that we are the darkness. Chapter 2. I searched the incident up on StormNet. 1.5 billion results in 0.0001 seconds. The same phrases, the same words, just copy and pasted over and over again, down to the punctuation and font size. Anything otherwise will get you censored. Each link cites praise to the Protochloriate at the end, as if they were produced in a factory. The sound of the sliding door brings me out of the screen, my senses jumping at the sound. Dad comes out, rubbing his eyes. Up this early? He asks, on test day? Just couldn't sleep, I answer. Well, that's too bad, he says, giving me a pat in the back. Ready for the SAS? I guess there's no other option, I say. He gives one of his smiles, soft, with small crinkles running like cracks from his mouth. Yeah, there isn't, he says. But before you go away, I have something for you. He gives off a mysterious look, leading me to the bedroom. Tiptoeing around the bed, vibrating with Mom's snores, he leads me to the side table. Pulling out the white drawer, he takes out a small box. As I take it from his hand, the leather covering of it sinks into my hand. Taking a small glance at Dad, I carefully lift the lid. Inside, wrapped in black velvet, is a small golden egg with a hinge on one side. Open it, he whispers. I set the black box aside and hold the golden egg in my palm. I clasp the smooth surface and open the top half, the intricate hinges rotating to reveal a small photo. Mom, Dad, and I, standing in front of the Cognizant building. New Richmond, I say. Dad chuckles. I remember that day. We'd taken a leave from our jobs and you had a holiday. We went around the entire city. Remember the ice cream truck? I laughed too. Yeah, like 10 scoops of ice cream. And then we went to the memorial park. Yeah, he says. That was 2 years ago. Still feels like yesterday. Yesterday, I mutter. All I'm worried about is tomorrow. And then the next day, and the day after that, and all the days for 5 years until I get to see you again. That's why I got this, he says, placing his palm over mine. This way we'll always be with you. I smile, but it fades away. How much did it cost? I ask. His smile wavers for a second. You don't need to worry about that. Just then, a series of electronic beeps echoes through our house. I'll get that, Dad says. He walks over to our door, unlocks an electronic lock, and opens the door. A PPF stands there, a white box in his hand. Hail the Protochloriate, we yell. The police nods and unloads the box onto our floor. Dad picks it up, and he murmurs a prompt thank you. The police takes a digipad out of his suit and swipes a few times on it. There, he says under his mask. You should be receiving a notice soon on the SAST. Dan mutters a thank you, and the PPF walks away. Closing the door, he takes the white box and opens it, revealing several boxes of grain, milk, and wheat, all contents to stock the food maker. Without the boxes every month, we'd starve. Dad inspects the boxes and shakes his head. I swear, they're getting smaller every month. On the side of the box, a set of words read, courtesy of the Protochloriate. Ding! A notification arrives on the storm pad. I tap the notif. It's the SAS notif, I mutter. Open and read it out loud, Dad says. SAS 2101. You are ordered to the annual Standard Aptitude and Skills Test. Due to terrorist attacks in Arizona, we will be holding the SAS 2 hours early, at 12 o'clock p.m. Arrive on time or else you'll have to pay a 2 million credit fine. All tether line times to SAS locations have been adjusted to fit the new requirements. The schedule for the event is down below. I hand Dad the digipad. His forehead creases as he skims through the notif. Pack your bags, now. I'll wake up Mom. We'll have to leave for the teleport in half an hour. Come on, go. I nod and dash to my room, still messy with study books strewn everywhere. The bed a mess, and a baby brother is still in bed. No time, I think. And as I glance around the room for what may be the last time ever, I feel hate. Hate at myself. Hate to the police. And last but not least, hate to the Protochloriate.